What's up, everybody? Oh, I gotta look the other way. How is everybody doing today? Sorry, just trying to adjust here. Happy Friday, everybody. How exciting. God, these weeks just go by so fast. It's just ridiculous. Well, I have amazing information. Oh my goodness, you guys have to freaking see this. You have to listen to this. You have to hear what this amazing testimony is going to be about because, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I've heard a little bit about it and you guys are going to be shocked. So please don't go nowhere. She is being added as we speak. And I'm excited because you guys, you keep hearing me talk about Justice for My Jewel campaign, and I'm just excited for this. Oh Lord, it keeps on trying to add you. So let's see. Hopefully you have good enough connection. But stick around because this information you're going to be like, oh my goodness, where can I get these? How fast can I get it? Uh-oh. One more time. One more time. So, anyways, Justice for My Jewel, this campaign, what it is, it's we are informing women of the harmful effects of sanitary napkins. So many of us don't know exactly what we face on a monthly basis. So many of us think that, we've always been told that everything that we go through on a monthly basis is just normal because we've never had anybody to tell us anything different, nothing different. So, guys, I mean, I know that you're probably like, what are you doing talking about sanitary napkins and tampons? I promise you that when you hear this information, when you see it for yourself, you're going to be like, "Oh my God, really? What do you who would have known that this information was out there?" I'm telling you, I mean, and I have I've been sharing this with so many people, so many different ways of sharing it with everybody, and so many people come back and because I've gone through so much myself over these last what is it? Golly, my son is now 20, so my oldest, and my daughter is 6. So God, 14, that's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23 years. There we go. Oh, she got it. Yay.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, Lindell. Thank you so much. Everybody, this is Lindell. Lindell, tell us where you're from.
Hello, I'm from Banksboro, North Carolina. I'm
North
a
Carolina.
mother
Look
of
at that.
5. hmm Yes.
Wow. Mother of 5. Look at you. That's amazing. Okay,
Yes.
keep going. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt.
Yes. Oh no, you're
So,
fine. I'm a mother of 5. 3 daughters and 2 sons. The 3 girls are 28, 22, and 19, and the 2 sons are 11 and 9. So we're
wow,
pretty
that's
busy.
awesome. Hey, that's all
Yes.
right. That's good. I mean, thank you so much for coming on here with me. I know you're such a busy woman. You got a lot of
Yes.
things going on, and I just thank you for taking your time out because I know you are working right now, going from building to building to
Yes.
cleaning buildings. So, anyways, thank you
Yes.
so much for being this Justice for My Jewel campaign, and it's amazing that we get to do this and we get to hear these amazing testimonies that are coming in. And I got so excited once I heard your testimony. I was like, oh my God, Lindell,
hmm
we have to share this with so many women out there that don't know of what Justice for My Jewel is or what Jewel is. And so um,
Right.
say hello to everybody because everybody's saying hello. Hello, Tamika Brown
Okay.
Rush. Hello, Miss Dorothy.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, so share with us your testimony. Let's hear it, girl, because I'm excited.
Okay. Well, for me, I have always had I guess you can say, a semi normal cycle. And then
Mhm.
just over the last couple of months, it was shocking to me because it's always been semi normal. I never had any issues. It would
Uh-huh.
come on, I would do like a 7-day cycle, and then by the 5 days, sometimes 4 days is off. And then it was
Wow.
like all of a sudden, out of the norm, I went through January and February with no cycle at all. So at that point, my
Really?
husband, he was like, well, let's take some pregnancy tests. And I was like, you know what? We're too old to be having kids. I was like, the baby boy is 9 years old. I was like, no. So my husband, he wanted to give me the story about oh my gosh, Abraham and his crew, and I was like, hey, we're not even going there. So so in January and February, I had no cycle. Pregnancy tests kept coming back negative. So in March, actually the end of February, February the 28th, I started spotting. So I'm like,
Oh, wow.
okay, yay, it's getting ready to come on.
Yeah.
So I went through the spotting, and then by March the 3rd, it was like full blown. I went 24 days of having a cycle. And when I said I was having a cycle, it scared me. My husband, he wound up calling the doctor office. They had to do an emergency appointment because by the 4th day of my 24 days of having a cycle, I would feel a lot of pressure. And I was
Ooh.
like, okay, let me hurry up and get to the bathroom because something's not right. And then every time I went, and I don't want to like gross anybody out, and I don't want you
But
to like
you're giving the raw
leave a
truth, girl.
okay. So I don't want to leave a visual picture, but here it goes. So by the 4th day, I felt a lot of pressure. And then when I went to the bathroom, as soon as I sat down, I peed, and the next thing you know, I felt a big clump come out, and then after that, it was
Ooh.
like spurting. I mean, it was like just spurting, spurting, spurting. And then when I looked, half of the toilet bowl was full of clots and clumps.
Oh my
So
God.
that, yeah, so that scared me because I never ever went through it. And when the doctor set up the emergency appointment, and when we got to the doctor office and I was explaining everything to them, because I was like, I was going through a pack of pads in one day because I mean, it was just so heavy. I was soaking through everything, messing up all my clothes. So I was like, my husband, he was like, well, let's, go to the store and get some Depends. So he
Oh
was like,
no.
put on Depends. And I was like, no, we're not doing this. I'm not going to walk around and, stuff.
Wow. Right?
So so when we got to the doctor office, and when the woman examined me, the first thing came out of her mouth was, oh my God,
God.
you're full of clots and clumps. And
Oh.
yes, and as she was examining me, they was just falling out. I mean, literally coming out while I was laying on the exam table.
What? Oh my God.
So yes, so it made the doctor, nervous. So after she done the Pap smear, that came back to be negative. So it wasn't no like, bad cells or anything going on down there.
Right.
But my blood count, because I was losing a lot of blood, I went from a blood count of 9 to an 8 to a 7 to a 6. So the
Oh,
doctor was having
girl.
me come in. Yes, the doctor was having me come in every 2 days, every week, so they can monitor my blood count. So I was put on some liquid
Wow.
iron, yes, to help. And with the iron, I'm supposed to take 1.5 tablespoons once a day, but because of my issue, it had to wind up being 3 times a day like that. And so she told me that eventually over the next 3 months, my iron level will build back up, but I have to continue to take the medicine like that. So they wind up scheduling me an
Wow.
appointment to see the ultrasound, and come to find out what's causing the problem is that now I have a 5 centimeter fibroid. So
Ooh,
that started causing, I mean, it came out of nowhere because I have always had, like, I said, a semi-normal cycle.
right.
So now, even when we went down to Atlanta on March the 17th, I was still having those issues because I was wearing 3 pads. I had to wrap 2 around me and have
Ooh,
1 on top.
girl.
So yeah, and we live in North Carolina, so to Atlanta that was like a 7.5 hour drive. So every 30 minutes to an hour, my husband had to stop so I can go, change, because he was like, we don't want to have no accidents. So we done that all the way going to Atlanta on March the 17th. And even while I was there, I really couldn't interact and have fun with people because of my
Mm.
issue. Because if I move a certain way, it will flow
You
like
were
a water hose.
scared. I don't blame
Yes,
you. That's crazy.
yes. And when we came back for the event, my cycle had came on the beginning of the month, and then I was like, oh my gosh, my cycle is
Wow.
coming on again. So we
Oh,
went through the same thing. Yes, even down there at the event that we had the end of May going into, the 1st of June, I was having those issues then. So my husband, when we came down there that Thursday and Friday, he was like, I got to find somebody. Somebody has to have a jewel pad so you can try on
someone.
and see if it works.
Right?
So came Sunday when we got ready to leave. We had got our product, and before we left, I put on the overnight. And when we got on the road to head back to North Carolina, every 30 minutes, my husband, he was like, hey, babe, don't we need to stop so you can go check? I was like, oh no, I'm good. I'm good. I have something. I'm good. So
Wow.
yes. So after 2 hours of driving, he was like, you know what? I have to get gas. So let's just, have you go check anyway. So, when
Right.
I went and checked, I came back to the truck. I said, I'm good. I'm good. It held it in. And I drove on a 6.5 hour ride with that pad, and I was fine. When we got back to North Carolina, I got home, everything was fine. I said, okay, this is it.
So okay, so oh my goodness. How many times did you have to change throughout the whole trip?
Not one. I had put it on at 11, right at 11 a.m. before we got ready to check out. And I
Wow.
kept that pad on until we got back home to North Carolina. And that was the overnight, and that was we got back home about nine that night, 9 p.m. that night. And I didn't have to change.
Wow.
I did not have to change.
Holy
Yes.
moly.
Yes.
So
And that was
the clots, no, I mean, were any clots coming down the whole entire time at all?
no clots. And that's what's amazing is because what I just, shared with you and everybody that's viewing is that I had a big issue with clots that I would do what you call it, quarter size clots to golf ball size. And
Oh
those was clots
Lord.
and clumps. Yes. And like every time I would have to go to the bathroom, I was filling up the toilet with clots and clumps. That's
Oh
all
my
I was
God.
doing. And then when I finally got the pad on, I was good. I was good. And I
Oh
kept telling
my
my hubby,
goodness.
I was like, I'm good, I'm fine, we're okay. But because of what he's seen, he wanted to make
Right.
sure. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so that you've been using, so how long have you been using Joel since the launch? Since the
The
that time that you went from Atlanta?
I have now my cycle has been came back on since. So I've been using Jewel. It came back on the middle of May, and it ended June the 6th, and then it came back on just recently the third week in June.
So,
And I'm getting ready to end my cycle. And
wow, so
for like, the
a
cramp,
big difference.
yes. Yes, so I'm like, "Ooh," I'm tired of bleeding. So that's what I told the doctor the other day when I had to visit her Monday. I was like, hey,
Right.
I'm tired of bleeding. I used to be excited when it do come on because I have something for it. But it's like, okay, I'm tired of just looking at it, period, because having 2 cycles in 1 month, it takes a lot out of you. So I
Well, of
have to
course.
keep so I had to keep pumping myself with iron medicine, and then I have to watch,
Mm,
if I'm getting fatigue and if my heart's pounding fast. But since I've been using the Jewel pads plus the panty liners, and that's what makes a difference when you do both. So, like when your cycle's not on, you're using the liners, and then when they come on, you're using the pads. So that really
right.
helps. It helps out with the cramping, and then, there's no odor. So, I love that. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. And how many
Mm-hmm.
of us know about the odor? Because, the store pads that we buy have nothing but odor.
Yes.
Ladies, oh my goodness. I mean, Lindo, golly. And I've seen it's kind of like a meme that it was on Instagram actually, and it says, and I'm not gonna cuss because it had a bad word in it, but
Mm-hmm.
it says, you're a bad, whatever,
Right.
when you bleed for like a whole entire a whole entire week without dying.
Right.
Which, oh my God, that is amazing. I mean, come on now.
Yes.
We don't know exactly what it is that we are facing until we
Mm-hmm.
realize that something new and something different is coming along and changing the way that our body reacts to what is good for our bodies versus what's
Yes.
bad.
Yes.
I mean, come on now. How many of us women knew that there was chemicals inside of these pads that we buy from the store?
Right.
And
And never knew.
to know that this could have been the possibility, obviously. I mean,
Yes.
I'm saying, because look at now that you're on your cycle, it's a totally big difference compared to then.
Yes. A big
Wow.
difference. A
I mean,
big difference.
I mean, okay, so this is why we are sharing this campaign, because of women like you. Women that go through these issues need to know that there is a solution. We need to know, they need to know that
Mm-hmm.
this is not normal. They need to know that,
Right.
hey, we're here. We have a solution, and what you're going through is what you're not supposed to be going through.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right.
Oh my goodness. Lindo,
So,
I just want to thank you for, uh-oh, you still there? Miss Lindo, did I lose you? Are you still there? You're cutting in and out, Mom. I know that you're driving, so you're having to get back to back to work. So I completely understand if you're having to get away. Okay, so I think I lost her. Are you there?
can you hear me?
I can barely hear you, Lindo. There you
Okay.
are.
Okay.
Barely. Are you there?
Okay. Can you hear me? You see me?
I can see you now. I can hear you better now.
Okay. All right.
I know
But
that
yes.
you're losing connection over there because I know you're driving. So really quick, what would you tell women out there, about, I mean, of course you just got done telling everything about what your testimony is, but what would you tell women that don't know what it is that they're going through their cycles, and what they need to know about what Jewel's doing for what it can do for women?
Right. Okay. A little tidbit of information. For those that don't know about Jewel or trying to figure out what Jewel is, because over decades we have always used what's on the shelf, and we never questioned. We never picked up a product off the shelf and say, hey, let me contact this company and see about this and this. So a
Right.
little tidbit information. Jewel is an amazing product. It's
Mhm.
wonderful. Even as being part of the company, and I have done shared the product with friends and family and got back testimonies how amazing it is, and what it do. And just for me, because of the issues that I'm facing, it's a great passion, because there are women out there, like me, like you, all of us, that we have issues and we're embarrassed to
Right.
even talk about it. And, there are
Exactly.
some that won't even mention it to doctors about their problem. But me, if it's something wrong with me, boy, I'm going to let you know. I want, everyone to know. So that's why I'm so grateful and thankful that you invited me on so I can share my story. And I really appreciate it, Jessica. And, just to inform women and girls. And like I tell older women, because a lot of older women do, let me know that, hey, I'm past that stage. I don't have that problem. But I always say, and even my husband say, hey, even though you're past that stage, there is a female in your life that
Mhm.
a family member, a friend, a coworker, a female. So pass the information on to them, because you don't know what they may be going through. And Jewel
Mhm.
will help. It definitely helps.
Amen to that. I am so thankful that, you were able to get a jewel pad as fast as you guys did, because oh my goodness, I
Yes.
mean, you're just a living, breathing testimony for it, girl. That's an amazing testimony. So, girl, I thank you for sharing your testimony with me, because I mean, even you working and everything, you traveling back and forth to your job and everything, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing that amazing testimony and being an example to other women as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's
Well,
great to have you.
don't work too hard, and be careful on the road, okay?
Yes, thank you.
Welcome. We'll talk soon.
All righty. Thank
All right.
you.
You're
Bye,
welcome.
guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.